what is up, Crockxen clan members, Inferno League fans? We are here with my Week 8 matchup against Mudkip fan, which, yes, if you remember correctly, he was my second week opponent, but because of the restructure, I think I was supposed to have a bye this week. I don't know what happened. Maybe it's just an extra battle. Who the fuck knows? But anyways, we both have completely different teams from what we had in the beginning. Well, besides the fact that he has Roaring Moon again. He also has a sand team now, and so that's why I brought my rain, because I always want to make sure if I'm dealing with opposing weather, I want to have my weather. So I expect him to bring Tyranitar, but realistically speaking, with the way my team is, I don't think it was a good bring, because I have a lot of things to deal with Tyranitar on my team. So either way, any rain is good rain, so I'm going to keep it. So this matchup was interesting. I will say that this is like bad luck for me. I swear to God, something happened in this battle that's literally the same as it was in the week 2 battle, and you guys didn't see that. I'm obviously going to bring it up when it happens. So in terms of my team up this week, this matchup, my Mons are mostly physically defensive because of the the threats of the Roaring Moon, the Excadrill, the Tyranitar if he brought it, Rillaboom. And so like I said, most of my mons are physically defensive, but I do have a lot of special defense on my Ogerpon in case I have to deal with the Primarina. I also had special defense on my Registeel because my Registeel is a tank, and then Screamtail is always bulky. I didn't give it a lot of special defense because, like I said, I was mainly hoping to use it more as a defensive pivot. And I also made sure to have a Scarf Landorus for this one. Now it's like Scarf special with Weather Ball, and then Earth Power, U-Turn, and I forget what the last move is. It might have been a Poison move for the Primarina. Like overall, like he's like my only fast offensive threat. Obviously Ogerpon, I did give it Trailblaze because it helps me speed up against everything else. So that would have been a lot more interesting, I think, in the long run. Outside of that, I do have Registeel for setting up rocks, which I felt was going to be very crucial because, like, I think it happened in the first time we battled. Hazards are really rough for him. Now, yes, he does have Excadrill now, so which is like way better than his previous hazard removal, which was the Glamora. But either way, so that's why I didn't go like too hard on hazards. Like I don't have spikes on my Ogerpon or anything like that. And I didn't bring spikes on anything. Like I don't think I had anything else I could set up spikes, except for like poison spikes on Weezing, but I didn't think poison was going to be really helpful this one, and I didn't want to bring Weezing against a team that has so many things that can deal with it on a certain level. And I wasn't expecting hazards from his side of the field either, because he doesn't really have a good hazard setter besides the Tyranitar. It is what it is. So I didn't have hazard removal in this match because I wasn't expecting it. And my only hazard remover is Defog, and I want to make sure my hazards are always on his side of the field. So Registeel is my hazard setter. Like Scream is obviously going to be my just pivot to a lot of things. And Pelipper is here to set up rain. So without further ado, let's get started with this matchup. I am going to lead off with my Landorus because I'm trying to see what he's going to play off with. I do not want to reveal that I'm a Scarf yet, because if I am Scarf, I will be faster than his Electrode. With the way I EV'd my Landorus, I am faster than his Electrode. Just like barely. So I didn't want to reveal it yet because obviously Landorus is supposed to be a check to the Roaring Moon and the Excadrill. So I'm not gonna reveal it just yet. And I have switch-ins to this thing, being my Registeel or my Screamtail. Either one is fine. But I am gonna make the switch into Registeel, and he's gonna go for the Energy Ball. It's not gonna do anything to me. He reveals to be Life Orb, which means I'm not scared of it being faster there. Because if he's Scarf, obviously he's gonna be faster, but Electro needs all the offense it can get, so it's either going to go Specs or Life Orb. So now that I know he is Life Orb, this is going to make this thing a lot easier to deal with because I can just wear it down because of his own Life Orb damage. And he has no way to heal this thing. So I am going to set up my rocks as he switches out like it does nothing. Registeel is over here tanking. And then he switches into the Rillaboom. Now, I don't want to lose my leftovers on Registeel, obviously. And there was a way that I could have probably switched into my Ogerpon here, predicting the knockoff. But realistically speaking, I don't need to do that anymore. And I'm not going to lose Damp Rock on my Pelipper, and I do not want to lose my Choice Scarf on Landorus, because like I said, I'm really trying to keep my Landorus Scarf hidden for now in the battle. So my only options here are, do I stack my Girder's Eviolite or do I stack my Screamtail's leftovers? I do think Screamtail having a little bit more recovery is more useful than having the extra bulk on Girder. On top of the fact that the mons that he has for Girder are not stuff that I'm going to be worried about, except for like the Primarina, I guess. I have enough physical defense to where I can deal with the Extra Drill and the Roaring Moon without too much of a hassle. So that's basically the play I'm going to make. I'm going to sack my Girder's Eviolite here to this Rillaboom, and now I'm not as tanky, but I'm still bulky enough to deal with this thing. He goes for the Grassy Glide, only does 32%, and I hit him with the Ice Punch. Now, the reason why I went for Ice Punch here is it hits the Rillaboom, it hits the Electrode if it wants to switch in, it hits the Drifloon if it decides to switch in, and it also hits the Roaring Moon if it decides to switch in, which it technically speaking can in this battle. So I just went for like the save hit, and now I'm going to make a different play because now that he sees Ice Punch, his only switches to this thing safely is Primarina. Now I have Ice Punch, Drain Punch, Bulk Up, and Poison Jab. So what do I do here? Because I'm predicting the Primarina to come in this turn, I go for the Jab, which is going to do a shit ton of damage to this Primarina. Look at that, 53%. Now, I don't have a lot of speed on this Girder, so my game plan for this was like, okay, depending on whose HP goes up first because of the grassy terrain, will determine my play. So if I was faster than it, which I highly doubt it because my Girder is fucking slow as hell, you know. Primarina is always going to be faster, especially if it has any speed investment. So I said, okay, fine. He got his recovery first. I'm not going to stay in because, like I said, I want to keep this Girder because it helps me deal with the Roaring Moon and the Excadrill late in the end game. So I have switched into this thing being my Screamtail or my Registeel depending on what move he goes for, right? The point is I have options because if he goes for the water move, I have Screamtail and Registeel, which are safe switching into this thing from the first get-go, right? If he goes for a water move and it does a lot, I'm gonna know he's specs because that's usually how you run Primarina, unless I see a different item on it after this turn, right? So if I switch into Screamtail on a water move, I can safely switch into Ogerpon and have no issues. If he goes for a Fairy type move like Moonblast, then I have Registeel that can take that. If he goes for any other type of move, then I have options again. So I'm going to switch into Screamtail, which is my first answer to this thing. He goes for the Moonblast, does 41%. I know he's choice. He specs up the wazoo because my Screamtail, while it's not like fully max special defense, it does have special defense investment. So it definitely would have taken this way better than it did if it wasn't specs. So I know I can take another one. I think I do go for a Wish here, if I remember correctly. No, I went for Dazzling Gleam. Oh, right, because I predicted him to switch out. That's what it was. I have enough HP, so that doesn't bother me. So I go for a safe Dazzling Gleam because I don't expect too much to switch into me comfortably, right? Like, the only thing that could have switched into Dazzling Gleam is Excadrill, but you never want to switch in an Excadrill on an attack like this. You want it to be a lot safer of a switch in. So I do 23% to this Drifloon, and on top of that, he also took Stealth Rocks, which means he's not heavy duty boots, which means he's probably some kind of offensive, or not offensive, but what the fuck is it called? Unburdened set. I'm not staying in here though. Okay, my Screamtail is very important. So I switch into my Registeel, which literally deals with this thing. He goes for the Strength stat because of Clear Barri. He can't lower my attack stat. I'm over here getting recovery. I go for the Ice Spinner here, which is a perfect switch in because, like I said, deal with this fucking monkey. Now, I think I make a misplay here. There's no reason for me to not go back out the Girder here because he already revealed the knockoff and he's the only one that I don't want to lose, or he already doesn't have an item. So, realistically speaking, I should have switched into him here. Instead, I think I went to my Landorus because I predicted him to go for like a fighting move when I should have just not risk losing my Choice Scarf. But I believe that's what I ended up doing, if I remember correctly. Oh, see, this is what happens. This is what happens when I don't even remember the battle that just happened. Okay, this battle happened like 10 minutes, 15 minutes ago, and I already forgot this. I switched into Ogerpon. That's what I did. Because even if it goes for knockoff, it's not going to do anything because he can't get rid of my mask. He ended up going for the ground move, which would have been a safe switch into Landorus. I know Landorus loses the item. That's why I said, oh, I lost the choice card. But that's besides the point, okay? I am going to try to do my little like setup here because I'm going to go for the Trailblaze, which is going to kill Rillaboom at this state, which is going to make me faster. Again, this is making me faster than everything on his team except Choice Scarf Doraemon, because we already know that he's Life Orb on Electrode, right? So Choice Scarf Doraemon is definitely going to be a hassle, but everything else I outspeed at this junction. So he is going to switch into Drifblim, and I have to think about this real quick because the calcs weren't in my favor because I don't have full attack investment, I think, or maybe I do, or just enough to kill this thing if I Terra, which I don't want to Terra my Ogerpon. Okay, there's definitely better Terras on my team right now, and it'd be a waste because there's still like a chance to kill it with Ivy Cudgel, so I'm not gonna risk it. Now I already know that my Registeel walls this thing to Kingdom Come because Drifloon isn't like the most offensive oriented Pokemon, so that's the safe play. I go back to Registeel, he can't touch me. He goes for the Air Slash, doesn't do anything. Now because I revealed Ice Spinner the first time, I'm predicting him to potentially go to his Primarina, and the funny thing is I have Thunder Punch on my Registeel exactly for the Primarina, because I expected at some point I might have to have a matchup against it, and I'd rather have a super effective hit against it than have to deal with Body Press. So I literally am 3 attacked Registeel, which is funny because I rarely ever do that, and so I decided to bring it here. So he goes for the Calm Mind, I go for the Thunder Punch. It's a 32%, which is doing a ton. And he goes for the Shadow Ball, doesn't do anything because, like I said, Registeel is tanky. Now, because I revealed the Thunder Punch, I expect him, if he was going to switch out, I expect him to go to something that wasn't Primarina, because I'm like, oh, Thunder Punch is here. I know I can kill with Registeel. So I went for the safe Ice Spinner because it covers the Roaring Moon switching in, potentially, as well as the Electrode. And if Excadrill comes in, I also deal a little bit with that. So might as well go for it, you know. And he's going to go out to Excadrill here. Now, I don't know what kind of Excadrill he is. Usually, he's been running Choice Band on a lot of his other battles. And in some instances, I probably could have just stayed in and gone for the Body Press here and probably killed this thing. Because I don't think he's going to... First of all, he's not going to risk a ground move when I have 2 flying types and an Ogerpon still alive, you know? And my Ogerpon is potentially faster than him unless he is Scarfed. And I don't think he's Scarfed. But that's besides the point. So, realistically speaking, I probably should have stayed in here and killed this Excadrill. Like, even if I was worried, right, I could have just gone for Terra Grass. And because I have Terra Grass on this Registeel, gone for Terra Grass and then fucking mollywop this fucking Excadrill to Kingdom Come. But I didn't do that. Okay, I made the safe switch into my Pelipper because I'm trying to get the rain up, you know. And he goes for the Poison Jab, which again, if I stayed in, he wouldn't have done anything because I'm a Steel Plate. And even if I had Terra, it wasn't gonna do much because my Registeel is fucking defensive to fuck, you know? So, realistically speaking, if I had stayed in, I probably would have won this battlefront literally right there. Because he wouldn't have done anything to me, and he would have died. So, I am gonna get hurt by the poison here. I'm gonna go for the U-turn out because I'm not gonna attack into a potential switch in, right? No matter what he goes out to, I'm gonna be able to get the switch advantage here. So he goes out to the Wii Ball here, and I'm gonna go back to Registeel because as we saw earlier, he can't touch me, and I'm not trying to reveal that I have a Choice Scarf on my Landorus, right? So, what do we do here, right? What do we do here? He's not going to be able to kill me here. Now, he is going to go for the Thunderbolt. It's going to do a little bit of damage, but like I said, Registeel's out here fucking tanking, and I'm going to kill him with a Body Press, okay? Because at this point, I'm not scared of anything, right? If I kill him with a Body Press, he's dead. He's gone. Bye-bye. And then he's going to switch into the Excadrill again. And once again, my mindset is, why not just kill this thing here, right? Even if he does go for a ground move here, which I think he does. He goes for the high horsepower here. I could have killed this thing, is my point. This battle would have been way different before. But besides the point, you know, I am gonna switch it to Landers here because now I know for a fact he is gonna probably do something a little weird or fishy or whatever the fuck. And I'm trying to get this thing a little weakened, so he goes for the high horsepower, like I said, and I'm going to U-turn out when I could have just done something different. I could have killed this Queen Marine here. I think if I had gone for 2 Earth Powers, I would have killed it. Actually, 1 Earth Power might have killed this thing. I don't fucking know. So I go for the U-turn out, whatever, and then I go to Ogrepon, and this is what I said, like, I might as well just do this again, you know? So I am going to kill this thing with a Trailblaze. He's not fast enough because we already deduced that he's specs. So I'm going to kill him with Trailblaze. He reveals to be cussed out, okay? So he wasn't specs, but he's definitely max special attack. So maybe if I had calculated directly, because I think I just gauged based on the amount of damage I took on my Screamtail that it was potentially specs because of how much damage he did. But now that I see he's cussed at, which is weird, he goes for Moonblast, and like I said, because I gave my Ogrepon like Volk, right, to live some of the stuff, because I'm not trying to, you know, outspeed anything here from the get-go. Okay, I'm trying to outspeed after I set up, so I'm able to take advantage of that and give my Ogrepon bulk. So I take this and then I kill him with a Trailblaze, right? And now again, I'm faster than everything on his team. And he goes out to this fucking moon, okay? And this is where the fucking thing happened, okay? I'm faster than this thing, okay? I'm faster than this thing right now. And I have Play Rough, which, because he's a Dragon Dark type Pokemon, is an OHKO at this juncture, right? So what do? You know, I'm faster than him. I'll be okay. I go for the player. He activates his photosynthesis. You know, that's fine. But he gets an attack boost, and I think he mentioned it in the chat afterwards, that he might have miscalculated because he was expecting a speed boost on his Roaring Moon, which honestly would have been better for me than for him, because if he's booster, he does more damage and all this other shit. Whatever the fuck. So if he had been speed, I wouldn't have been as worried as if he was this one. That's my main point here. So I'm gonna go for the Play Rough, and I fucking miss. And this same thing happened in our battle in the second week, because it's literally the same scenario. He had a choice band Roaring Moon against my set up Ogrepon, okay? And he was supposed to die, and I fucking missed my Play Rough, and I was so angry. And the worst part is that he goes for the DD. Now I don't know how the fuck. Okay, this was the surprise. I was letting my Ogrepon die here, because at this point I'm just trying to take advantage of Landers coming in later and just dealing with this thing that way. So I'm letting my Ogrepon die here, and I'm still faster than this thing, which I was like, the fuck? And I fucking missed again. Right? So like, what's the point of having Play Rough to take advantage of an opponent who's weak to it if I'm gonna miss? Like, if I miss the first one and hit the second one, fine. I understand. But seriously? 2? I missed 2 Play Roughs against this stupid thing, okay? Which makes me have to play a different fucking game, okay? But, like, I already had a mindset that my Ogrepon was going to die this turn. So, I was already, you know, making my plan ahead. But still, come on. Like, that's dumb. And so he fucking kills me with acrobatics. Whatever the fuck. I go out to Landers here. And he is faster than me. Because I'm not, like I said, I'm faster than a non-choice Scarf Roaring Moon. Which in this scenario, he technically is, because he's +1 speed. But I know I can tank at least 1 hit. I'm surprised that he lived this U-turn so comfortably. Okay, I'm a little sad about that. Because it's only there 47%. I thought it was going to do more. But then I remembered, oh wait, this thing is more physically defensive. So he's weaker especially defensively. So I just go out to Screamtail here. I know I can take whatever hit this thing wants to go for because my Screamtail is tanking. And then I go for the Dazzling Gleam and I fucking kill it. So now he's gonna go out to his extra drill, and he's gonna go for, or I go for the water pools just to get a little bit of tip damage. He's gonna get confused. This part doesn't fucking matter. And I go out to Girder here. Now he goes for the Endure, which I was like, what? what is this? Because he's literally Salad Berry, which I was like, why? And so just to make sure I can deal with this thing a lot easier, I'm gonna switch into Landorus just to get a defense drop. His confusion ends, which I guess it didn't fucking matter. And now I literally just win. He gets a flinch here, but it doesn't fucking matter because at this point I literally tank whatever. And so yeah, I win. But this was ridiculous. Okay, this was completely unfair. Okay, I should have fucking won with a 6-0. Okay, because even if or actually it would have been a 5-0, technically speaking. But if I killed the fucking stupid ass Roaring Moon there, okay? Let's assume I did that. Then his extra comes in. He has the fucking, what the hell is it called? The Salad Berry, right? That's fine. And he has Endure. So I still outsped it, okay, with my Ogre Pawn, even if he went for the Endure and got the Salad, because of the fact that my Ogre Pawn was a +1. Okay, so realistically speaking, this should have been a 6-0. Okay, because my Ogre Pawn was healthy enough. If I go back to how much HP I had on my Ogre Pawn when it died, yeah, he would have to kill me. So regardless, okay, regardless, and then I don't lose my Scarf on Landorus. See, that's the other part, because of the fact that even if he gets the speed boost from fucking Salad Berry, okay, my Landorus is still faster than him. So I'm just saying that this was uncalled for, and I should have won this with either the 6-0 here or a 5-0, and that's all I'm gonna say. Okay? I'm salty. I won. Okay, don't get me wrong. I'm happy that I won, but I'm just saying that's fucking stupid. That's just me. Okay. But anyways, that's gonna be it with this battle. Like I said, it's another victory for me, and I'm very happy with them. The fact that I'm doing okay. I think my last two opponents are Zen and Sonic, so I need to start building teams for them. I'm not looking forward to facing Zen because I never win against him. So that'll be fun. But I think that's going to be it. I also need to see how I'm going to do the rankings because I don't know what Zen's planning. I realistically speaking think this season is practically dead because not a lot of people are having their battles, you know? So my mindset is I'm going to finish my battles, okay? I haven't seen Doru doing a lot of his, and he was also one of the ones I was really excited for this season. So I'm going to reach out to him, find out what's going on, if he's just not planning or what's going on. Because if at least 2 people finish their season off, then we can have a playoff between the people that are actually interested. And then I'm going to restructure the Season 2 with Zen in a way to make this a lot better. I already have some plans, so we shall see how that goes. But anyways, that's going to be it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed and are having a blast. I have been your host, SoresanCrockxen, and I will see you guys in future videos, streams, shorts, and everything in between.